Tonight at 11, we've got more snow on the way after the mess that we saw on Indiana roads tonight. Crashes, slide-offs, and slow-moving traffic dominating the evening commute. Sadly, we are not out of the woods just yet. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock. We've got dozens of school delays right now. Some school districts actually closing or transitioning to e-learning days. Angela's in tonight to tell us how long this snowfall is going to last.
For the next several hours, snow totals are already in the range of 1 inch to almost 3, and we're going to add a couple more to that. So that will put most of us on the high side of this 2 to 4 inch range, with perhaps some 5-inch totals possible. Still expecting somewhat lighter totals to the south and west, but something we'll keep an eye on overnight. What we look for as we look at radar, these areas of darker blue that will indicate the steadier bursts of snow. We have a few of those north and east of Indianapolis, moving through Winchester and then into the western sections of Ohio, and then from Columbus to just south of Greensburg, north of North Vernon, a steadier burst of snow right now over Martinsville, back through Cloverdale to just east of Bedford. Keep in mind, all of this is moving off to the north and east. Steady snow from Peru to in between Flora, Lafayette, and Frankfort, and this is just the beginning. We have several more hours, so the weather impact alert continues. Winter weather advisory for several inches of snow. Snow-covered roads, it will be slick. We already know about the disruptions for school tomorrow morning. Extra travel time. In fact, tonight's commute for some, double to triple drive times. Many delays and school closures. Cold tomorrow morning as the snow moves out.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. So if you were on the roads earlier tonight, you saw it firsthand. It was really messy out there. Traffic slowed to a crawl, and as Angela mentioned, some drivers taking 3 times as long to get home. Alex Almanza joins us live tonight to show us how the city is actually hustling to stay ahead of the snowfall. Alex?
Scott, while the snow may look pretty, the impact that it has on your travel tonight and early into the morning hours is downright ugly. But tonight, city crews are putting it into overdrive, keeping ahead of what's been already a manic Monday. Slow and steady. That's the name of the game Monday evening as snowfall descends onto central Indiana. Snow sticking to the pavement, leading to tricky commutes on the roadways.
We're busy, we're locked in, we're ready to keep going.
Kyle Bloyd with Indy's Department of Public Works says crews are pulling 12-hour rotating shifts, spending the weekend pre-treating and now monitoring roadways.
We've been spending the day dropping salt on Priority 1 and 2 roadways across the city.
Priority 1 roadways are all of your major, heavily traveled thoroughfares across the city. Think Washington Street, Meridian, any roads up against hospitals and fire stations. Priority 2, Bloyd says, are residential areas that connect directly to those major thoroughfares.
We'll see how the evening and the overnight goes.
This next item on our agenda is proposal number 349.
In the warmth of the City County Council building, councilors approved more money for this very work.
Motion carries 25-0.
In a unanimous vote, they signed off on a $5 million appropriation for DPW, money that covers early snow response, fleet repairs, and contracts that keep plow trucks moving. So while crews battle the roads out here, city leaders are trying to make sure they have what they need to keep up. Now that $5 million that was appropriated tonight at the City County Council, not all of it goes to plow trucks. There are some appropriations to other services as well. But in terms of that early morning commute, expected to be sloppy. Even traffic that I'm looking at here is still crawling on parts of the interstate hours after that first snowfall first hit the ground. So no, this isn't a blockbuster storm, but it's kind of an early sign of what's to come as winter comes through. Scott.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. And today, the city's Office of Public Health and Safety opened its winter shelter. This is at West Morris Church. The overnight warming center has 70 beds for single men. It's open tonight through 8 tomorrow morning near Morris and Belmont. Anyone in need of shelter should call 211 or the Mayor's Action Center for assistance. Also at tonight's City County Council meeting, several other significant decisions. The council unanimously passing a couple of proposals on designated outdoor refreshment areas. The first proposal establishes a framework for neighborhoods interested in creating one. The second approved the city's first DORA located in the Irvington neighborhood. Now, this isn't a done deal yet. The State Alcohol and Tobacco Commission still has to sign off on it, but the city anticipates the Irvington DORA taking effect sometime next year. Tonight, the council also approved $5.5 million to fund the Downtown Economic Enhancement District next year. That district was created last year to improve safety, cleanliness, and homeless outreach in the Mile Square. Now, we've got all the details on all of these projects for you posted right now on WTHR.com and on the 13 News app. Tonight, plans to redraw congressional districts across Indiana now taking literal shape as Republicans reveal a new proposed map. Now, for reference, want to give you a look at Indiana's current district lines. Most of Marion County is in the 7th congressional district, one of 2 here in our state that leans Democrat. Now, the new proposed map would carve Marion County into 4 different congressional districts. House Speaker Todd Huston said today this map was drawn to create the greatest advantage for Republicans to gain 2 more seats in Congress. But the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus argues it would also dilute the black vote here in the Hoosier State. Lawmakers were back at the State House today starting the 2026 legislative session early, all in an effort to address redistricting. And they were met by protesters who were really pushing back today against those efforts.
Just say no! Just say no! Just say no! Just say
Lots of people gathering outside the House chambers today from across our state, some arguing this is a moral issue and unfair to redraw maps. Others claiming it silences voters and only benefits the White House and one political party instead of benefiting Hoosiers.
So I was kind of proud of Indiana, when Bray said, we don't have the votes, we're not going to do it. And I was very disappointed to see that they got talked back into having this special session. And so I think they need to hear what people think.
What has changed? Nothing has changed in the population. What has changed is that we have a majority of people in our legislature, both here and in Washington, D.C., that think it's okay to throw their weight around and just try to guarantee power.
So tomorrow, the new proposed map heads to committee for debate and public input. House Speaker Todd Huston hopes for a full vote by Friday before the Senate reconvenes next Monday. Tonight at 11, another Republican in the state Senate is reporting that he is the latest target of threats stemming from the mounting pressure to pass redistricting. Mike Boacek says his family received a bomb threat Friday. Police tonight are now investigating. Earlier that day, the state senator announced he'd be voting no on redistricting, calling out President Trump for using a slur that is derogatory toward people with intellectual disabilities. Now, we've seen several Indiana lawmakers report threats and swatting incidents, with President Trump ramping up the pressure on redistricting efforts. And now to Fishers tonight, where state police just released the names of 4 officers who shot and killed a man while serving a warrant in a murder investigation last month. State police tonight announcing that murder suspect 26-year-old Caleb Weiss died from his injuries over the weekend. State police also say tonight the 4 officers involved have been with the Fishers Police Department between 6 and 14 years. Now, according to the investigators, Sergeant Austin Arndt and detectives Colin Haruff, Corey Schallberg, and Cesar Rodriguez returned fire after the suspect shot at them during a traffic stop. State police tell us the investigation is ongoing. Tonight at 11, one man is dead after an early morning shooting inside of a Fishers bar. And now investigators are trying to figure out what led to that gun violence. Ella Rhodes spent today looking into that case.
Fishers police say just before 3 a.m., a 30-year-old man was shot and killed inside Burton Tavern behind me. Fishers police say they also have a 31-year-old suspect in custody. When police arrived on scene, they found the victim, Justin Burton, with a single gunshot wound. But Fishers police say Burton died at the scene. The 31-year-old suspect, police say, stayed at the bar. They took him into custody on a preliminary murder charge. Fishers Police Sergeant Angela Ellison says this kind of thing is rare in Fishers.
Loss of life is so tragic. Any circumstance that would lead to this is just unimaginable. We again, don't believe there's a threat to the public.
A friend of Burton, Karhari Vasquez, says he was a great friend with a warming smile that greeted the room as soon as he walked in. It's sad his life got cut short all over a misunderstanding. FPD says this is still an active investigation and encourage anyone with details to reach out to them. In Fishers, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.